Okay, let's pretend it's bright and early, 6:30 in the morning. Just for fun, let's make that a Monday morning. You're getting ready to start your week. You walk down to the kitchen, and there are ants everywhere. Thousands, perhaps millions of them covering your counter. Great way to start a week, huh? Well, you know what? It's not as much of a problem as you think. First of all, let's take care of the ants that we see. Many people will go under the kitchen counter, pull out a red can, and start spraying. That's where you're going to eat. That's where your children are going to hang out. That's poison. Don't do that. Make instead a good window cleaner. What you need is about a pint of water. Add to that just about a tablespoon or so of household ammonia. Pour that into a nice little spray bottle that you can get at the 99-cent store or somewhere like that. And we are good to go. Put that in the bottle, put the top back on, and spray the counters. Not only are you killing the ants that you see without putting a poison residue down, you're also cleaning your counters at the same time. It's quick, it's easy, it works, but there's a bigger problem. Those ants that came into your house are still lurking out there somewhere in your garden. So we want to take care of them as well. There is a real problem in this country right now with an ant called an Argentinian ant or an Argentine ant. They came up in a load of bananas many, many years ago, and all of the ants across the entire country are absolutely identical genetically. And that causes a problem because when one bunch of ants runs into another bunch of ants, they would typically fight and one would take over and the others would go away. Well, these ants are all the same, so they just kiss and make new nests. One nest can have up to 100 queens, and as long as there's one queen left, you're going to continue to have a problem. So what we want to do is take advantage of the biology of the ants. Ants, when they see each other, they swap food. They actually kiss the other ants, and they give them a little bite of food. So we want to put out some food that they do not know is poison, but it will be. It's a very mild poison. They'll take it back to the nest and feed it to all their millions of friends, and they will get all, well, very ill, and then they'll die. What we're going to do is take 9 teaspoons of sweet corn syrup, 9 teaspoons corn syrup, and then 1 teaspoon of either boric acid, you get it in the eye care aisle, or they sell it as a roach powder at the grocery store, 1 teaspoon of boric acid or borax. What you do is mix the corn syrup in with the active ingredient, which will be the borax or the boric acid, and don't put more than that 1 teaspoon. You think, well, if 1 teaspoon of that boric acid works well, maybe 2 teaspoons will get rid of them quicker. No, then the ants will know that it's there and they won't go near it. You want to get it nice and mixed in. You might even put it in the microwave for 10 or 20 seconds and allow it to really work its way into that corn syrup. And then what you do is take one of those empty butter dishes that my dad always used to save up in the cupboard thinking, someday we're going to have a picnic and we're going to need those. Take one and take a pencil and stick little holes along the bottom, just north, south, east, and west. That's a place for the ants to crawl in. Inside, put a dollop about the size of a quarter, and then put the top back on. Place this in a shady spot. If you put it in the sun, that corn syrup is going to crystallize and harden very quickly. Out of the sun, but where you've seen some ants, they will crawl in there, drink it, take it back to the nest, and ultimately it will wipe out an entire nest. You should keep these out all the time because the ants can be a problem year-round. Or you can do a dry powder as well to put in your pantry. Same thing, 9 teaspoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of the active ingredient. And again, it can be either borax or it can be boric acid. So you mix those together into one thing, and then remember, you get some of those spice jars that have the larger than normal holes in the top, maybe for putting out some chili flakes or things like that. So you want one with the large holes. Put your dry mixture into this and then lay it on its side. The ants will crawl in, they'll take the bait, again, back to the nest, and it will kill everybody.